Hello, friends. My name is Beth, and welcome to my and my husband Chris's channel, Encouraging Active Living. We wanted to take an opportunity to share our Christmas tree with you. We built this Christmas tree together out of pallet wood. It was a vision of both of ours. I think what spurred the vision on is just how much room a Christmas tree takes up in your house. We have always had a smaller living room, and adding a Christmas tree takes up so much space, whether it be a real tree or an artificial tree. And I always wanted to find a skinny Christmas tree, but they're hard to find, or at least they were several years ago. I feel like now they're easier to find. So we decided to make a two-dimensional Christmas tree that doesn't take up as much space in your house. This tree can be flat against the wall, and all you have to do is remove just a small part of your wall, whatever was there, so that you are able to fit it in. So one reason why we love this Christmas tree so much is that it doesn't take up much space. When we have it up during the holidays, it takes up very little space in our home, and that is a big plus for us. Also, it does not take up hardly any space as far as storage goes when we are not using it. The green wood pieces just go into a bag, and the brown, which is the tree trunk, stands up in our garage, and it just works very well with storage. We actually have more bins of Christmas things that take up more space than this actual tree does. The second reason why we love this Christmas tree is that we don't have to straighten or pose any limbs like you would have to do with an artificial Christmas tree. That is a time-consuming and unenjoyable part of the process of an artificial tree. And as far as a real tree goes, which I love a real Christmas tree, but using this two-dimensional wooden tree eliminates us having to clean up needles, especially when you take down ornaments or remove the tree from your home at the end of the season. There's not a need to clean up those pine needles and then find them through January and February as you are doing other cleaning in your house. As you can see, what I am doing here is putting the limbs on the tree trunk, and the limbs are put on with a bolt, a nut, and a washer. And there are 2 bolts per tree trunk, and that just keeps it level. And then what we went ahead and added on to the tree branches are little eye hooks. I think they're called eye hooks, and that is where we are able to add ornaments. There are a bunch of eye hooks, and we do not even fill those all with ornaments. So there are a lot of empty places and room to grow on this tree, which is really awesome. A third reason why we love this Christmas tree is that it takes one strand of 50 lights. And we have had these specific lights since we were dating. And so, I think we've been married 12 years. I'm not very good at keeping up with that. And they have been around since we were dating. Chris bought these when he was living in Colorado. Our first Christmas together, whenever I was going to visit him for the holidays, and he had put them on a little Christmas tree for me because he knows that I love Christmas trees. So that was really awesome. So these are very special lights. They have been around since the beginning. They are so easy to put on, and as you'll see, it goes all the way to the top. It fits absolutely perfectly, and I hope these lights last for 12 more years. I just did the math, and we've actually been married for 14 years, but the good news is Chris is just as bad at keeping up with our number of years married, just like I am, so we are perfect for each other. I did not keep track of total setup time for this. I can say that the evening I set this up, I thought that all I would do is get the tree up, and that would be a great start. And I ended up doing 100% of it that night. So tree, lights, and ornaments were all completed in one evening. And that is secured my love for this two-dimensional Christmas tree. This little Christmas tree topper we bought in Asheville at the Arboretum, and it fits perfectly right at the top of this little wooden tree trunk that we have. It's a little tricky to get it straight, but it fits perfect. Chris and I came up with an idea to try to collect ornaments to represent our year or our life together. And so some of these ornaments that I will show you are very special to us as a couple. The first one there was about hiking, and we are big hikers. And then this backpack, which is also representative of hiking or taking big day hikes, which we enjoy doing. We also love to read. This represents that for us. Love a stack of books. We also collect ornaments from trips that we take. This one from many visits to the Blue Ridge Parkway. This ornament is from our wedding. We eloped to Costa Rica and we're married on the beach. We have that photo that was taken on the day of our wedding. We also have ornaments that represent us as individual people. This one just represents my love of plants, and I would love to one day have a greenhouse of my own to grow my plant collection. I think a lot of the ideas that I and Chris have had about ornaments came from my grandmother. She would give us money every year to buy an ornament that had the year on it. This one has 1995. I would sometimes be late going to Hallmark to pick out my ornament each year, and then you're left with slim pickings. And so I didn't always get something that I loved, but they have these very special memories that I carry with me, and I love reliving those memories every year when I put the ornaments out that my grandmother encouraged me to purchase. She did that for all of her grandchildren, and those ornaments are ornaments that I hang up every year and just remember all of the wonderful memories that I had with my grandparents and my aunts and my uncles every year, getting together as a family and celebrating Christmas. This ornament here is my absolute favorite ornament. I remember that it cost more money than my grandmother gave me to purchase an ornament for that year, and I made up the difference with my own money so that I could get that ornament. I put that ornament out every single year, and I absolutely adore it. A fourth reason why Chris and I love this Christmas tree so much is that we are able to see all of the ornaments all at the same time. And with a regular Christmas tree, there are often ornaments on the sides or at the back, and you don't get to enjoy those ornaments because they're hidden or out of sight. This Christmas tree allows us to see all of the ornaments all of the time. Thank you so much for tuning in as I set up our Christmas tree for this year and took an opportunity to just share why this tree is so loved by us. We ended up moving this tree a little more at an angle, so it's not flat against the wall in our house, but it is at an angle, and it is beautiful. Thank you again for tuning in. I hope you have a wonderful day.